y'all doing? We are gonna make a dessert today. It's gonna be easy for most, I guess. And we're just gonna use a box cake, do a shortcut, do a little loving. We are gonna make pineapple upside down cake. I don't look like no pineapple upside down cake on the box, but we're using the signature series. This is really good cake mix. We're just gonna give it a little love. First thing we're gonna do, the box does call for, let me put that over there so I can read it correctly so y'all don't yell at me. 3 eggs, I've already beat them up a little bit. We're gonna put those in the mixer. And then it calls for a 1/2 cup of oil. There we go, get that in there. And then it calls for a cup of water. And we're not doing water. I drained the pineapple rings already, the juice off them, and whatever the difference is, we're gonna add a little bit of milk to make it richer. And if y'all know, I always use the red cap. The red cap is a fattier milk, it's a little richer. My nose is itching. All right, we're gonna add that in, and we're gonna go ahead and just blend that up just a little bit. Got the little baby mixer here today. The mini is what they really call it. How y'all doing? How's the weather? It's dying here. These poor folks, they're not coming outside or anything right now. It's 96, 97. With the humidity here, it's 101, I believe. All right, we got that just mixed up just a little bit. Now, I already opened the cake mix. I already cut the top off to save time. I made a big mess. There we go. Save time, I made a big mess of it. Goodness. All right, y'all, we're gonna mix that up, get that out of the way over there. All right, I'm just gonna make that just nice and yummy. Now, how do y'all make your pineapple upside down cake? I have a skillet. Y'all know I'm a cast iron collector. I have a ton of black cast iron, which is all from Lodge down home in Tennessee, South Pittsburgh, where it's made at. So I'm very fond of their stuff. But I have one that I only make brownies in. I use it for pineapple upside down cake. I make this for a lot of different folks. This is usually what I get requested for birthdays. And then my son, every now and then, he will ask me, I haven't had one in a while. Do you think you could make one up? So I usually keep a couple of those boxes there on hand. Now you can make it from scratch. But let me tell you what, you really can't tell the difference. If you just give that cake mix one a little love, just as good. All right, we're gonna scrape this down, and then we're gonna take the bowl off, and then we are gonna swap out the bowl, or the mixer, for the burner here in a second. Get that all out of the way right there. All right, y'all, we're gonna swap these out, and then we're gonna start melting the butter. We are back. We're gonna let this baby warm up just a little, and we're gonna put about a 1/2 cup of butter. Butter comes off my board here. There we go. Melt it down just a little bit. Alright, y'all. This is my brownie pan, and it only does brownies, and it does pineapple upside down cake. It's the only thing I use this skillet for. It is one of Lodge Cast Iron's baker skillets, is I believe what they call it. This is not a promotional video for them. I just want y'all to know what I'm cooking with. Some of y'all ask sometimes, and sometimes I don't remember to tell you. So. Y'all probably noticed I did not sift this. I actually forgot. Normally I do sift the cake mixes out of a box. I forgot to. And it's already late. And it mixed up really good. We used the stand mixer, did a good job. All right, we're gonna start out with a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I may add a little bit more. I like this to have a lot of brown sugar, and I like it to seep down into the cake just a little bit. Now I've made this for I've been making this for about 15, 20 years. Probably since I was probably about 19 years old, I started making this. I've made it for numerous people over the years. I had one gentleman, he was my ex's father, actually. He always wanted it for his birthday every year. I'm gonna throw the rest of that butter in there, right there. Let's give it a little more butter because I'm gonna add just a little more brown sugar. So it's probably gonna be about a 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and then almost probably about a 3/4 sticks of butter. Always got extra butter in there. He liked me to make it every year for his birthday. He would always be tickled to death. He actually bought me a cast iron skillet. Back then I didn't even have a cast iron skillet, but he asked me to make it the first time. He went and bought me a cast iron skillet just so I can make it for him. He has long since passed away. He's been passed a few years now. But over the years, I've made for a few others. My best friend Tracy up in the hills of Cincinnati, her husband, this is one of his favorites. So if I'm around her very long, I normally get a cast iron skillet out of her pantry, and we usually make this. I've made it for him a couple different times. I haven't made it for him in a little while. Keith, if you're watching, how you doing? Y'all ever need I'll give him a little promo. He works at a Chevrolet dealership at Jeff Waters there in Eastgate, Ohio. If you ever want a new Chevy pickup truck or a new Corvette or a Tahoe, go see my man Keith. Let me tell you what, he's a great guy. He's got the biggest heart I've ever seen out of any guy. He's married to the most wonderful person in the world. Of course, she is my best friend. But you know, ever in that area, you want a new vehicle, you like a Chevy product, go see him. All right, y'all, we're about ready to put those pineapples in there. Now, one question, do you all ever put your cherries in and bake them, or do you put them on after as like a little topping? I have a friend that swears you have to put them in first, and then I have a friend who swears you have to put them on top after. I'm an after kind of person. I don't want them baked in. I'm not making cherry pie or a cherry cake either, so I don't want them cooked. I just want them as a garnish. So we're gonna go ahead and get these rings out of here. We're gonna stick these bad boys in there. We're gonna put one in the middle. And then usually there's some left, so I usually try to get my son to eat the leftovers. I'm not much on, I like the pineapple cake. Now don't get me wrong, upside down cake I should say. Just a little right there. But I am not much on eating pineapple. When I was back in my college days at the University of Tennessee or the University of Cincinnati, I used to put pineapple juice in something else, and that would be my drink. And then put some cherries on top of it. And that's kind of my liquor version of an upside down pineapple cake. And I think they do make one now, I believe. All right, y'all. We got that there. Now we're just gonna take that batter that's been waiting patiently. We're just gonna pour it right on over the top. Just like that. Look at that, and the way it goes. Now sometimes this does tend to get a little high in the oven, and I normally don't do it. But I advise some of y'all, if you don't want a dirty oven, put a cookie sheet or a half quarter, whichever cookie sheet underneath of it. That way, so if it does run over, it does not make a big mess. I don't do that. Fortunately, I think I've only had that happen one time. I was doing a show, and that one that was a portable oven. That sucker about caught on fire. All right, y'all. We are gonna stick this in a preheated oven, and it's gonna bake for about 35, 45 minutes, somewhere in there, just until it's good there, and then we're gonna let it cool down, and then we'll come back and I'll let y'all watch me flip it out, all right? Let me turn that off. I gotta get my pot holders. Oh, we are back, and the pineapple upside down cake is out of the oven. I've got it cooling down back here. We are gonna grab it, we're gonna flip it out, and we are gonna get it, let's see what it looks like. It is still a little warm, so I'm gonna do this. There's what it looks like there. I did put a little bit of foil on top, and this one took about 34 minutes to bake. So we're gonna do the little flippy flip trick here. We're gonna put that over there like that. And then try to make sure, ooh, it's a little warm. I don't wait till it cools all the way down. I think it comes out easier. All right, and another reason why I like double handle pans, just like that, it's so much easier. All right, here's the magic trick. Ta-da! Look at that. There we are. See, nothing stuck. I've never had one let me down except one time, and that sucker did let me down. It made a big old mess. Give me 5 seconds. We got to grab the chip. We are back with the cherries. I forgot to grab them suckers out. Now, this is just putting them on there just like that. Now, I have done pecans in the brown sugar butter mixture, then put the pineapples. I've done pecans afterwards. I've put some on there. This is more of what I consider a traditional one. What do y'all think? Do you like pineapple upside down cake? I know a few people does. It's a big one around here. We love it around here. It's one of our top favorites. And it also was my daddy's favorite, if I didn't mention that. My daddy he had two favorites. This one, because he was a cast iron collector and you can make this easy in a cast iron. And he also, German chocolate was his favorite. All right, y'all, there's that. Look at that. Picture perfect, award winning. Looks like you stressed out when you really didn't work too hard. All right, y'all, normally I test it with y'all or taste it with y'all, but we are not gonna taste this one together. I have to go drop this off to someone real quick. I promised them, I forgot actually, that I was going to bring them something. So I gotta take this over to them, and then I will try to get a picture of someone snacking on it, tasting it, whichever. All right, y'all, there you go. Y'all make you one, let me know how it turns out.